Hey guys, it's Pixie, and you have an idea, and that's great. Trust me, that is great. But an idea is kind of like a pebble, where it fits in the palm of your hand and it's nice and smooth, but that pebble becomes a boulder, and that boulder keeps getting bigger, and it starts by going down a hill, but suddenly that hill becomes a mountain path. You were wearing running shoes, but now you're barefoot. As the boulder rolls down this path now, pieces of it are breaking off, and you're trying not to step on them in your newly bare feet. As these pieces are breaking off, somehow the boulder is still getting bigger, and it's becoming more jagged and rough, and as it does that, it starts to bounce around, and it becomes almost impossible to predict which way the boulder is going to roll, and you are just trying to keep up. Yes, writing can very quickly become that overwhelming of a task. But don't worry, every writer goes through it, especially if this is your first story, thank you, Flynn. If this is your first story, it's going to become overwhelming so fast that you're going to question if you really want to do this. Because when you started, it was all sunshine and rainbow and fun and exciting. And now, not so much. And don't think this is going to go away just because you keep writing. Eventually, you're going to start calling it writer's block, because your need for perfection will outweigh the need to get the story written. And this is something I struggle with. It's something a lot of other writers I talk to struggle with. It's just getting it written, because you want it to be perfect, but it's not going to be perfect. That's why it's called a rough draft. So some good news here. It's your story. It's always going to be there for you. It's your characters. It's your story. Only you can write it. Even if you feel like it's been done before, it hasn't been done the way that you're going to do it, with your characters and your dialogue. The bad news, it's your story. Only you can write it. You cannot just pass it off to someone else and be like, have fun, because it's not going to come out the way you want it to. Trust me. I've had friends take control of characters, and I was just like, no, what are you doing? Why? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to take them back. You're doing this wrong. And they're like, yeah, well, you should have been doing it in the first place, so only you can write it. There is a quote, and I found out the quote is actually about living in Vegas, but I'm only going to take the part of the quote that pertains to writing. I do not enjoy writing, but I love having written. It's true for most writers. We enjoy the after product, but the writing process is not as fun as people would love to have you believe. Oh well. So, let's talk about getting your story under control. There's a few things you have to identify. Who are the characters? What's your setting? And if you're writing a fantasy novel, you gotta build your world. But we'll save that all for other videos. Today, we're just gonna talk about your message. Every story has a message of some kind. Goodness. I'm trying to think, and I can only think of kids' fairy tales because I live with kids. Go figure. And I'll use fairy tales. It's all good. Three Little Pigs. The message of the story is don't get cocky. You know, this one freaking pig was like, oh, I built a house out of straw. I am the best. Yeah, no, clearly you weren't. But, or at least that's what I took away from it. And what you take away from a story and what I take away from a story can be totally different. And some people are like, well, stories don't have to have messages. Yes, they do. If they don't have a message, your reader is not going to have anything to hold on to. Even when you read a book and you feel like it doesn't have a message, you've come away with something, even if you're not really sure what it is. Sometimes it's just, hey, this was just not what I was expecting. And that's okay. So for one of my stories, the message is, that which you do not seek to understand will always frighten you. It goes with that old saying, what we don't know scares us. Pretty simple, right? Your message could even be as simple as, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. It's how you tell the story that fleshes out your message. What do you want the reader to take away from your story? And the only person that can really decide that is you. So I'm going to end this video here so I don't ramble on too much. But try to think of your core message. And I'm sure I will have another video just solely on your core message. I was really using this video to set up for some other videos that I have in the works that have actually already been recorded because I'm on top of things for once and I recorded everything out of order. So, anyways, I'm gonna go make some tea, not the tea I want. 20 points to whoever gets that joke. And I'll see you here next time. Bye, guys!